back to my channel. Now that we know the difference between shedding and breakage, we are going to move on to why we experience shedding after a protective style. If you've not watched the video on shedding versus breakage, I'll put the link in the description box. We can go ahead to watch it. So why do we experience excessive shedding after a protective style? A couple of months ago, I made fox locks, or is it faux locks, and I was very happy because that was my first time and I was feeling good. It was really nice, but the weight was too much for my head to bear. I mean, whenever I style it, I'll have to put my head forward in order for my nape to bear the weight. So I couldn't bear it after I carried it for 3 weeks max. Then I loosened it. After loosening it, I discovered that my hair was shedding so much that it was very alarming. I had to ask the Holy Spirit that what is going on. And then even during deep conditioning that is supposed to make your hair so nice, soft and good, my hair was still shedding heavily. I'll attach a picture of my hair shed, my shed rate after deep conditioning. And I was wondering what was wrong, and then this spirit reminded me that hairstyle you did was way too heavy for your hair follicle to bear. And this brought up this topic today. There are some hairstyles that we do that the weight are just too much for our scalp to bear, especially the hair around our edges, and this causes the hair around the edges to pop out. And if we continue to do this hairstyle over and over, it will cause a very serious problem for our edges, even for our hair as a whole. After some time, we discover that our hair, the fullness of our hair starts going down gradually. That's what we call the hair density. It starts going down, and then it starts reducing, and then we keep wondering what is going on. I did a protective style the last time, and then we'll go ahead again to repeat the same thing, not knowing that what we put on our scalp is too much for our hair strand to bear. For example, looking at this, if I section my hair into tiny sections and I put this whole quantity of attachment from one all over my hair, we can definitely see that the weight will be too much whenever we style our hair. And then most times we will style our hair in such a way that it's either the edges are dangling, or when we roll it into buns, they are tighter and everything. This causes the edges to pop out, or any other part of the hair. And so whenever you notice that after you do a hairstyle, you have to not looking at the at the pain now, we are looking at the weight. We have to put our head in such a way that it bears the weight. Or when we are sleeping, we can't sleep, we have to rest our hair on a pillow to bear the weight. Then it is a high indicator that this hairstyle is way too heavy for our scalp to bear, which can cause excess shedding. This is also one of the things that cause our edges to fall off. For instance, I put the bead on one side of my hair versus the other to show us the difference. Now we can see that I hope you can see it. We can see that the hair with the bead comes down much more than the other one without the bead. That means the bead causes an extra weight on the hair, which causes it to stretch. Now let's take the example of when we go to the market to get things to buy, and we put our stuffs after getting it in a nylon bag. Sometimes you just see that the nylon just tears at the bottom, and then all our loads falls off. That's because the load is way too much for the nylon to bear. It's the same thing with our hair with our hair. When the weight on the hair is too much, it just pulls it, and then it pops up. And so this is why we have to be very careful when we attach decorations, bead, accessories and everything to our hair. We have to be very careful and note the weight of the hair. And also, this is why sometimes after we make our hair, around the edges, we notice that the attachment just pops off, and then we can see some of our hair strand together with the attachment gradually. If this happens over and over, this gradually causes bowed edges. As much as the weight of of the hair we are making matters, I mean, we also have to be careful about the length. Some hairstyles are so long that I wonder how the scalp won't be able to bear the weight. At, at all, the hair will just shed off so much quickly because it's like you are putting extra weight on the scalp such a way that it can easily pop off, and this is not healthy for us as much as we are trying to retain length, have more density, you know. Thank you very much for watching. Kindly subscribe, share, like, what else? Okay, bye.